So we're going to do the seated postures now. So coming to seated staff pose, hands either side of the hips, press into the hands, lift the chest. Just feel the shoulders coming away from the ears. Good, breathing there. So 5 steady breaths. And what you're trying to do is to really press the inner ankles towards each other so that the feet are not dish-shaped, they're nice and flat, as if you're pressing against a wall, toes up towards the ceiling, lifting the chest. Good, and then nice and slowly begin to fold forward, walk the hands forward. If you need to, soften your knees, allowing your chest to come onto the thighs. Take hold of the outside edges of the feet and then fold forward. Just breathing now. You can slightly lift your gaze towards the toes and think about the chest coming forward towards the feet. And then coming up, put the hands back behind you and bend the knees, feet hip distance apart, and then lift up into tabletop. So lifting up, take the hips to knee height. After an inhale, as you exhale, lower the hips, slide the hips through between the arms, and then come back up again. Just going to do it 3 times. So tabletop, lower the hips, slide through, coming up. And then again, lowering down, slide through, and come up. Holding there, really lifting the chest. Hold there and breathe. Good, and then lower down. Taking the legs forward again. Inhale the arms up this time. And then fold forward, either taking hold of the outside edges of the feet or interlinking the fingers. Find something that works for you. The knees can be bent and you're folding forward. Getting that feeling of the chest moving forward, pressing the sitting bones back. Just breathing into your body, breathing into the back. And then coming up. Taking the hands to the midpoint of the thighs. You're taking an inhale. As you exhale, lean forward and then engaging the core, lift. And then lower down. Good. And across the ankles. Go back into downward facing dog. Roll forward into a plank. Either a chaturanga or knees, chest, chin, coming into up dog or cobra. And then move back from there into downward facing dog. So, stepping through to sitting or jumping through to sitting. Nice and slow transition. And then draw your right knee in towards the chest. Take the right knee out to the side. So now if you want to, if that leg is uncomfortable, you can have your right leg out to the side. It's the same, you can do the same, have the same benefits in Janu Sirsasana. What I'd like to do is now to take your shoulders nice and equidistant down that right leg. So you're twisting slightly from the waist, lengthening, and then fold. Take it slow. If your left leg is really straining, then bend and soften your left knee. That will help you. Your right arm's going to go across the front of the left foot, left hand to the top of the toes, elbows out to the side. If that's too much, take the hands either side of your left leg, just sliding them down and look towards the toes. You can hold. Breathe in there. What you're trying to do, or what you should be feeling hopefully, is the right side of the back, so the lower back. That's where you should hopefully be feeling it. Try and adjust if you can't quite feel that opening. I'm going to come up anyway. Draw the right knee in towards the chest and extend the leg. Taking the hands to the midpoint of the thighs. Nice big inhale. As you exhale, lean forward and lift. And then lower down. Bending your left knee. Take the left knee out to the side. And then again, lifting up, orientating the shoulders directly above your right leg, and then begin to fold. And if you need to soften that right knee, soften it. Your left hand's going to go across the front of the right foot, right hand to the top of the toes, and then fold forward. Elbows out to the side as you draw your chest forward, trying to draw the head towards the knee. Pushing your sitting bones back and lengthening the chest forward. And then slowly come up. Straighten that leg. Shaking out the legs for a moment. Take the hands to the midpoint of the thighs. Nice big inhale. As you exhale, lean forward and lift. Nice and slowly lower down, cross the ankles. Go back into downward facing dog. You can always stay in seated staff pose if you prefer. Rolling forward into plank, lowering down, coming into up dog or cobra, opening up the chest, and move back from there into downward facing dog. So stepping or jumping through to sitting. Good, you're going to bend your right knee. This time the knee is coming just in front of the right shoulder. So you're lifting up. Now you're going to take your right hand to the left toes with the right knee connecting into the outside of the right shoulder. So get that connection. If that all feels fine, then you're going to release your right arm with the thumb down and then wrap your arm around the leg and then take your left arm around the back as well. Hold your hands, lengthen, and then nice and slowly exhale and fold. Just releasing down, trying to get the head towards the knee again. Just breathing there. And then slowly coming up, release the arms, take the legs forward, hands go to the midpoint of the thighs again. Nice big inhale as you exhale, lean forward and lift. And then lower yourself down. So bending your left knee, make sure that the knee is in front of the shoulder so that naturally your left foot is spaced away from the right knee. And then reaching forward with your left fingers, tucking the left knee into the left shoulder. Good. Either stay here or you're going to wrap the arm around, nice and slow. The right arm goes around the back as well, lifting up. Nice and slowly exhale and fold. So breathing into the back, breathing into the hip. And then slowly lift the head, lift the shoulders, release, straighten the leg. Get the hands to the midpoint of the thighs, nice big inhale. As you exhale, lean forward and lift. Lower down, cross the ankles, go back. Stay in seated self pose if you prefer to rest. Go back into downward facing dog. Rolling forward into a plank. Knees, chest chin or chaturanga. Coming into up dog or cobra. Move back from there into downward facing dog. Jump through or step through to sitting. Good. So we're going to twist. So if you now take your right knee over across the left leg, either stay here. If the hips are a bit tight, you don't want to bend the left leg, that's fine. If you can, you bend the left leg as well. Very important that the right foot remains connected to the floor, so you keep pushing that right foot down. And then wrap your left elbow around the right knee. Either hold on to the wrists and then draw as much of your chest and abdomen past the right thigh as you can, or you take your right hand back behind you. Just see which one you prefer. Just breathing there, looking past your right shoulder. And then we're going to switch to the other side. So coming forward, That's it, lean back and then unwrap and rewrap the legs. Bearing in mind you could have your right knee straight at this point. Wrapping your right elbow around the left knee. That's it. Other side chain. Good. Holding onto your wrists and then twisting. So you should be looking over, you should have your left knee on top and your right elbow around the left knee. And then looking back over your left shoulder. Breathing there. So steadying your breath in the twist. And then coming forward. So just releasing the legs nice and slowly. Shake out the legs. And then do a little vinyasa, even if it's just going back into downward facing dog. And you spend a few breaths stretching the spine after the twist. If you're happy to do a vinyasa, then you come forward into plank, knees touch in, or a chaturanga, up dog or a cobra. And then move back from there into downward facing dog. You're going to come through to boat pose now. So looking forward, jump or step the feet forward and come into boat pose. So initially just steadying, getting the balance, having the hands lightly touching the back of the knees, sliding the hands forward and then maybe releasing the arms forward, but squeeze the knees and the ankles together. Lifting the chest. Good. What I want you to do is to cross your right ankle over the left ankle, draw the knees in, and then round the back, taking the arms forward. So trying to draw the knees as tight in towards the shoulders as possible. And then back into boat pose. Just breathing there. Keep lifting the chest. So you're trying to get your chest and your thighs as close together as you can, so you're not touching but very close. Cross the left ankle over the right. Again, draw the knees in towards the shoulders. You're rounding your back, tucking in. Back into boat pose for the last time. Holding there. Good. And straighten the legs. And then bend the knees and come into bound angle pose. So you can have your hands back behind you. Create that lift in the spine. Nice and light in the sitting bones, drawing the knees out to the side. If your hips feeling tight, just explore bouncing the knees a little bit here. If everything feels okay, taking the hands to your ankles, lifting up, staying here. So elbows in towards the sides of the waist, lifting the chest, dropping shoulders away from the ears, and then trying to open your knees out to the side. Just breathing slowly and steadily, so really opening up. And then we're going to try and do the forward folding. So if you release the knees, slide your feet forward so that the legs forming a square shape. And then allow yourself to fold down over the legs, either with the arms draped on top of the shins or feed the arms underneath so that the hands are on the front of the feet. And then fold forward, but you're not pulling yourself forward, you're just allowing gravity to drop yourself forward so that the head will go into the feet. You just stay there and breathe. Slowing down the breath, breathing into the back, breathing into the ribs. And then coming up. Good, well done. So we're going to go into a wide-legged forward bend position. So if you want to keep your heels on your mat, you'll need to just to come into the position I've come in with the, so your widthways on your mat. The way that we've been doing it is to have the knees bent and then the elbows on the inside of the knees, and then you start to push, holding on to the outside edges of the feet, you start to push your heels apart, and it takes you into a forward bend position. So just obviously going within the realms of your flexibility. If you can get the legs straight, then your elbows can lift up and you can start to come forward, maybe taking the hands onto the top of your feet as you draw yourself forward. So you're trying to come into something, some variation, some way towards that position. So the elbows can be bent and you can push your arms into the shins to help you come forward nice and slowly. That's it. Okay. Just staying there, lengthening chest forward. Now try and push your legs, the whole of the length of your legs, down into the floor as you draw your chest forward, lengthening the spine. And then coming up. So taking hold of the inside of the knees. Draw yourself in, wrap your arms around the knees, and just drop the head down for a moment. Just breathe in that. Good, so we're going to begin, we're going to do a bridge and then some gentle inversions today. So if you want to do a headstand today, you're going to do it while we're doing the half shoulder stand and the plough. I'm not sure anyone will do it today, so that's fine. So we're going to start off doing a bridge, a rolling bridge pose. If you come towards the front of your mat with the hips, so you've got enough space behind you, and then nice and slowly roll yourself down. Settle into a comfortable position, and then taking the feet in. So the heels, see if you can touch the back of the heels with the fingertips. Don't worry if you can't, but just see if you can. The arms alongside your body. You're going to arch your lower back on an inhale, and then as you exhale, slowly roll yourself up away from the floor, rolling up the spine, pushing into the feet, sending the knees away, lifting the hips. So lifting the hips, rising up. Just let each breath take you up a little bit higher. Breathing into the chest. Chest should feel quite open. Nice and slowly rolling down again. Once you've got down, arch your lower back and then roll back up again. On this one, either do exactly what you did on the last one with the arms parallel, or perhaps interlinking the fingers underneath the back. Keep the elbows soft, slightly narrow your shoulders, but not excessively, and then press into the feet. And just feel the upper back opening, so that the chest moves naturally more towards the chin, lifting the hips. Good, releasing the arms. If you did interlink the hands, slowly roll yourself down, all the way down. Good, just rest for a moment. So on the next one, if you want to come up into wheel, you're more than welcome to come up into wheel, or you repeat one of the two bridges that we've just done. So you're going to roll up nice and slowly. Either keep the arms parallel, or interlink the fingers coming up onto the shoulders, so narrowing the shoulders, or taking the hands back behind you to the back of the behind the shoulders, and then lift up, come up into wheel. Coming up into wheel, and then lifting up onto the toes, slowly release the heels down. Try and straighten your arms. Just rolling down when you're ready. And draw the knees onto the chest. Just rocking from side to side. Good. And then have a think about what you would like to do now. So if you prefer to take a little bit more of a rest, then either just come into, do a twist and actually go straight into relaxation now, or you can lie flat on your back with your legs up in the air. You're more than welcome to take the feet to a wall and do the rolling bridge up with the feet against the wall, or you can go into plough and half shoulder stand. So just having a think about what you'd like to do. If you're going to go into plough, just make sure you keep your head, your gaze straight up towards your legs. Good, so either a twist or coming into plough. Just supporting the spine until the feet get down to the floor. Just lengthening the legs, looking towards the side. So you're either in plough or you're doing a twist, or you've got your legs up in the air with the back flat. Good. For those in plough, if you could take your hands onto your back and then lift up into a half shoulder stand. And just energize the legs, lifting the hips away from the ribs, so there's virtually no weight in the hands. The hands that are there are stabilizers, but they are virtually weightless. And then start to bend the knees, and then roll yourself down nice and slowly, and rest for a moment. So resting with the knees bent. So for those that just did the plough and half shoulder stand, if you could draw the knees onto the chest, taking the arms out to the side, and then allow the knees to go over towards the left. Just let them rest completely down, pressing lightly into your left arm to release the right shoulder down, turning the head towards the right. Feel that sense of lengthening in the tailbone, drawing the navel in. And then taking the head up, let the knees come up and then over towards the right. Okay, pressing into the right arm to help you release the left shoulder down, turning the gaze towards the left as well. And then take the gaze up, draw the knees into the chest, hugging the knees into the chest. If you'd like to, you can lift the head and shoulders up and draw the head in towards the knees, squeezing in. And then start to release down into a position for relaxation. So you can be semi-supine with the knees bent, or you can straighten your legs out and come into Shavasana, so the feet are turned out, toes turned out, heels in, arms out to the side with the palms facing up. Nice and relaxed. Or any position that you wish to. You are more than welcome to sit for relaxation. So finding a position that feels comfortable for you, making sure that you're warm. The most important thing to make sure is that you are lying symmetrically. There is a balance between your left and your right side. Settling your body. Just allow your body now to release down to the floor. The shoulders are soft, the hips are relaxed. You can feel the connection of your back of the head all the way across the shoulders, down the arms, and then visualizing that journey down the spine, the connection of the spine to the floor, a gentle rising away from the floor as you go towards the lower back. So letting the spine have its natural curve. Feeling the connection to the floor across the lower back, and then down to the legs. Just feeling the heels connecting to the floor, so the whole of your body is releasing and supported by the floor. Try and soften the face and let your breathing become the focus of your mind. Your face is soft, the forehead is relaxed, the eyes are just barely closed, so no tension. Cheeks and the jaw, and letting the tip of the tongue rest softly at the roof, the front of the roof of your mouth, so that the jaw can relax. Notice your breathing. Notice the breathing soft and steady, becoming lighter as your body relaxes. So just allowing yourself a couple of minutes of relaxation. Noticing how you feel. Being really aware of any sensations that you can feel within your body. So remaining alert and conscious, so allowing the breath to be the focus of your mind. And then very, very slowly begin to deepen your breath. As you deepen the breath, visualize that you're breathing into the space between the eyebrows. So nice and slowly deepening the breath. And when you feel ready, starting to move the fingers and moving the toes. Just moving the fingers and moving the toes. Good, moving the fingers, moving the toes, and then drawing the knees onto the chest. Good, hugging the knees into the chest, noticing how you feel. And then rolling onto your left side, supporting the head. Good, staying there for a couple of breaths. And then keeping the eyes softly closed, bringing yourself up to a comfortable seated position, cross-legged or kneeling or legs out straight, whatever feels right today. And then lifting the chest again, so feel the sitting bones connecting to the floor, lifting the chest, broadening the shoulders, crown of the head rising up. Letting the hands come to the heart center in prayer position, press the palms together, so really feel that connection, and then dropping the chin down to the chest. So allow a couple of breaths of opening up across the shoulders and the back of the neck, and then blinking your eyes open. And then finally lifting